My name is Reinhard. I'm the director of the UC Berkeley History Social Science Project. And our mission is to serve as a bridge between the university and K-12 classrooms and to support the professional development of K-12 instruction. It's a real mix in terms of who I work with. Our office, our primary constituency is K-12 teachers, but as the director of the office, I need to build relationships with lots of stakeholders, so I'm constantly reaching out and generating relationships with graduate students in the department, building my relationships with faculty in the department, getting to know other people in parallel roles on the university campus, meeting with education departments at local museums, so sort of that external both within the university and off the university campus, and then my co-director is doing a lot of work on site at schools with teachers. In the contracts with schools, a lot of what we do is workshops for teachers, particularly around explicit planning for discipline-specific thinking and discipline-specific literacies. With a Common Core, there's a lot of interest in, what does literacy mean in a social studies context, and our office has been working on academic literacy for the past 10 years. So we're brought in to do workshops or have ongoing relationships with teachers at a site. We also say with a museum, they'll hire us to put on a summer institute, and so this summer we'll host a 3-day institute on ancient civilizations in partnership with the DeYoung Museum in San Francisco. So I've been in this role since January of 2013, and for me it's been this perfect bridge between sort of the K-12 world and the university. And prior to getting my PhD, I was an elementary school teacher for 2 years, and then when I went to Berkeley to get my PhD, the History Social Science Project was involved in the Teaching American History grants, and so they hired me and a number of other graduate students to work with K-12 educators through that grant. And it really informed when I became a professor myself, and I was surprised, so many jobs where not only were you teaching history courses, but working with students who were going to be history teachers. And so I used a lot of what I learned from the History Social Science Project. After 3 years of being a professor, I decided that wasn't what I wanted to be doing, and sort of found my way back to California. And when the previous director retired, they reached out to me about applying. Traditionally, there's been a disconnect between universities and K-12 classrooms, and I think that's even more heightened at Research One universities. And so one of the things that I'm really sort of trying to trouble through is how to strengthen that connection between the Berkeley campus and K-12 classrooms. Who are the people who, whether in the history department or on the campus, are really excited about these questions, and how do I build relationships with them in order to create more opportunities for our teachers and thereby their students. I think one of the things that really attracted me to this role is that when I worked with the History Social Science Project in grad school, I was just struck by how good the work was and how supported teachers felt. So it was a place where teachers who were involved with the project felt really elevated and respected and strengthened in their instruction. And so I wanted to be a part of that and a part of helping to raise the visibility of something that, to my mind was so good. It has been like one of the unanticipated sort of joys of coming back to the history department has been the conversations with graduate students. Particularly because I think when you're getting a PhD, particularly at a Research One institution, you don't have a sense of what's possible outside of what is being modeled for you by your advisors and by the faculty. And so to be in that location and to have, not taught at a Research One university, but to, have felt some joy in that or understanding of what that reality is, and then to be at Berkeley and to be talking to grad students who may have that same experience and sharing what it meant for me to do that. And I've gone to talk to the History Graduate Association. I'm trying to make myself more visible, and so at the end of one of those talks, a student came up and said, I think I might want to be doing something more similar to what you are. Can I come by and talk to you? And so there's something really that feels good about making myself visible in the history department for graduate students so that they can aspire to a Research One university if that's what they want, but that they can also see real live models of other things.